G'day Aussie Gridiron fans and welcome to an edition of Aussie Gridiron Today, our show here at the Aussie Gridiron Network where we focus on the local Australian game of American football / gridiron. Today I've got a chat with Matt Campbell, the acting president for Hunter Gridiron League. Matt talks to us a little bit about the Hunter League itself, a bit of its history, where it came from. We learn a little bit about Matt and we have a little bit of a chat about an exciting thing that's coming up next week on June 22nd in Newcastle involving Hunter Gridiron League and American football ACT. So please make sure you like and follow everywhere if you're listening to this on podcast, on the Aussie Gridiron Network podcast stream. Check it out on YouTube, on Pastry Press NFL. That's Manjot's Pastry Press page where we do everything Aussie Gridiron Network. So check that out there, like and follow everywhere. And please enjoy this chat with Matt Campbell from Hunter Gridiron League. Hey, Matt. Thanks for joining me. How you going?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Pretty good. It's good to see you. It's good to catch up and have a bit of a chat, all things football, all things gridiron.
Thank you for having me, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I'm really appreciative that people are coming on and you're coming on and you want to jump on with me to have a bit of a chat and talk about yourself and Hunter Gridiron League and a bit of stuff that we've got coming up as well together. So for anyone out there, let's start with for anyone out there who isn't familiar with you, and you're, of course, involved in Hunter Gridiron League, which is based out of the surrounding areas around Newcastle in the Central Coast. Can you tell everyone a little bit about the league, how it came about, where you guys are at now, maybe a bit of the history, just whatever you need?
Yeah, of course. So I'm the acting president of the Hunter Gridiron League, have been for the past 12 months. The league started around 2016, I believe. So back then it was a few mates all playing for the old Newcastle Cobras team in Gridiron, New South Wales. Wanted to come up with a local league. Had 4 teams all involved. And from there, mate, it's just been a bunch of mates that have been wanting to play football locally. They don't have to travel down to Sydney and do the long hauls and get 50 points put on them by some random Sydney university or something. And just play some local footy that's, cheap and easy and fun. And, mate, it's been progressing like that for all the years. So it's been going good. COVID obviously put a downer in it. Delayed us for 2 years. A lot of people lost interest, walked away, kind of forgot about us. But since then, we've been really on the up, getting a lot of interest around the Hunter again. We're down to 3 teams at the moment, but it's strong competitive football, which is what matters. Rather than having 4 slim teams, if we have 3 that are pumping, good football around, great skill, it's a much better sight to see for everyone. So, but it's going good. It's men's 9-a-side tackles. It's a little bit different to everywhere else in Australia. But it's friendly and it's fun. So it's exciting. It'll keep growing. And we'll eventually delve in the ways of flag football later in the year. Get a competition going, get juniors, get seniors, women's, everyone involved, and really start pumping that in the Hunter region as well.
Yeah, that's good. That all sounds pretty good. Getting into flag at the moment and women's is a good avenue.
Yeah,
so you guys have got teams are Lake Macquarie Marauders, Port Stephens Bombers, and Central Coast Sharks. They're only pretty new to you guys.
Yeah. So the Sharks used to be a team in the Gridiron New South Wales competition. They haven't been able to field a team for the past few years just because of numbers and logistics and all that stuff. And mate, we just hit them up and got them on board. Go, come play for Hunter Gridiron League. Get your club back up and running. Get the numbers in. Try and get something going. Mate, and they're the best asset to come into the league. It's been terrific having them on board and having away games down the coast and having different players play and stuff. It's been terrific.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Of course, because you guys were actually travelling to play now.
Yeah, not just the one ground every week. We actually have to drive somewhere.
You get to go. Seems like it's almost like a normal footy league for Australia, where you actually get to travel around and play the opposition.
That's it.
So you're still just doing one game every weekend at the moment?
Yeah, so with the 3 teams, we just do one game. The third team has the bye, but it's good because they help out with like your chain crews, officiating and stuff like that. And it gives the boys a spell, which a lot of the players in the league are, I don't want to be mean, but in the older demographic of 30 plus. So to give the boys a week off here and there is always good for their bodies and stuff. But once we get to 4 teams, we'll go to 2 games each weekend and just have a bit of a break in between each game and go from there.
Yeah, cool. I don't think you're being mean to any of those guys. I can guarantee, as one of the older guys getting around playing any kind of football in Australia at the moment, you can, we know how old we are and what our bodies are capable of, that's for sure. So you guys are looking at expanding the actual tackle comp soon?
Yeah, 100%. We've been wanting to expand the past few years because we've been running the 3 teams. We've just wanted to ensure that the 3 teams have got a strong culture and strong base before we do anything. So there is a club forming out Maitland way, so the Maitland Tigers. So they're going to start coming up and running. We're going to help along with them to try and boost them up, try and get them players and see if they've got the numbers to enter in the league for next year. If they're not capable of doing so, we've been in talks with Gridiron New South Wales, trying to look in to see if any of their clubs that have either struggled with Gridiron New South Wales or haven't been able to field a men's side, like Western Sydney Pirates or Nepean Ducks, would be keen to jump on board and join our league.
Yep.
Being dinosaur, you don't need the numbers, and the competition's not as high, so it'll be a bit easier for developing players. Or looking into potentially a Sydney development team, so it'd be a bunch of rookies or played 1 or 2 years, all come together. They all train down in Sydney. They can have heaps of coaches work with them, and then come play up in Newcastle.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. That sounds exciting times then, especially getting another team in the mix. 9-a-side definitely sounds easier for numbers. I know a lot of leagues around the country sort of struggle for that, try to field full size squads, or even just the 13 on the field at once can be a bit of a challenge, giving some guys a rest. Especially since in our game, obviously, unlike the American game, you guys are playing back to back. You're playing both ways.
Yeah, exactly. And the biggest struggle we find is finding the numbers for line, like O-line and D-line. They're the biggest struggle. So trying to find 2 more O-linemen from 9-a-side to 11-a-side is just, mate, it's harder than you think. You go everywhere you can to find them, and they all go, no, I don't want to play a line. You're like, well, too bad. But
you wouldn't think it'd be hard to convince a lot of the big guys from rugby and league circles that they could come over and play like a similar game and not have to do as much movement, would you?
I know. It's hard, and it's funny because we explain to them all the time, like, you'll realise how much hitting and how much fun you're going to have playing O-line, and they don't see that because they're like, nah, they don't do anything. They play one game there, and they're like, yeah, all right, I'm stuck. Yeah. This is me. This is all I want to do. And you're like, yeah, it's it. But you just got to convince them.
Yeah, that's obviously the hardest thing in Australia. You guys find that hard to recruit just generally, not just O-line?
We've struggled in the past. I feel like it's really boosted now. We've had like not such a great name. Our basis hasn't been so broad in the Hunter region, so very few know of us.
Yep.
Our name goes around all New South Wales and everything to people that are involved in the football community, but not outside.
Yeah, right.
So trying to get other players out, it's more word of mouth, and we've had a lot of leagueies come in, so you're getting more and more come through the system. But mate, we just got to get our name out there and just really pump marketing side of it and the social media side of it, and more players will roll through. But that's the only struggle at this point.
Yeah, well, the social media side seems like it's going off. That's how I've been watching you guys for a few years on there, and it seemed like it's massive. It looks fun. It's really well done. It's polished. So that to me is always signs of a healthy sort of club, I guess, especially the people that are running the top end of the club. They know what they're doing and they're really passionate about it. So kudos to all you guys for doing that. You guys had season in 2025 that wrapped up. I saw you had league season awards a couple of weeks ago. How was that night?
Yeah, it was a great night. We had a good turnout. Everyone had fun. There was food, beers flowing, heaps of awards, and it was a great night all around.
Good. And I saw just the other day, or this week, because of course our guy in the Aussie Gridiron Network, Nick Cosme from Uni SA Hogs, or the SA Uni Hogs, I should say, the right way around. He got selected in the Outback Gridiron squad to play.
Awesome.
So, but I also saw one of your guys posted that they got in one of the Marauders. Is that right?
That's correct, yeah. So one of our receivers, Harris W.C. Walker, he was fortunate enough to get selected for them, for the Outback team. He's also the current MVP of the league as well. So he walked away with that award this year for 100 Gridiron League. So, he's having a pretty good season so far, so he did deserve it.
Yeah, doing big things. Were there any other guys that sort of went up to try out as well?
Yeah, we had a DB from the Marauders, Jonathan. He got invited to go up, so he wasn't, fortunate enough to get in the squad, but he said he had a great time, learned heaps. I got invited as well. I just couldn't find the time around a career and life and all that crap to get up there, which sucks because I've been wanting that opportunity for a while, but, there's always next year, so...
Yeah, well, hopefully it comes up again. But for those guys that did go, hopefully they're going to bring back a lot of learning, a lot of knowledge and stuff from that too, back to you guys, and I guess coaching wise too, just little bits and pieces on how you can work and get everybody moving and doing better and growing. That's always a good thing. A little bit about you, Matt. I guess for people that don't know Matt out there, what's your story? When did you first start playing Gridiron?
I started playing 10 years now. That's a shocker to say. So I was, young lad when Newcastle had a team down in Sydney to play down in Gridiron, New South Wales, the Cobras. They used to train around the corner from where I used to live. Always loved the game. Always loved watching it, playing Madden, all that sort of stuff. Drove past one day, saw they were training, asked if I can get involved, and all the guys there were lovely. They're like, yeah, come along. I was only 14 years old. Jump in, off you go. Mate, I was stuck ever since. Once I was there, they basically would never get rid of me. They're like, nah, yes, you're here now. All right, this is me. Mate, just stuck around and loved the game. So I trained and played with the boys there for a few years. Once I reached 17, 18, got my licence, decided to bite the bullet and go down and play in Sydney for North Sydney Rebels.
Yep.
So I played quarterback for them for 2 years. In the Colts, so under 21s or under 20s, whatever it is. Had a bit of a hiatus from there. Played in the Hunter Gridiron League since I was 18, so going on about 6 years now. And then just last year started playing in the men's down in Sydney for UTS Gators. Been around football for a while. Was fortunate enough to make the under 20s Outback squad in 2020 to go play in the World Cup. Unfortunately, because of COVID-19, didn't have the opportunity to go over to America to play. Got delayed for a year, and then COVID decided to come back, and then it's cancelled everything. So I had my opportunity, was all there, ready to go, wear the green and gold, but the world had other opinions on that, so which is disappointing, but as I said, hopefully the time comes again, and we'll go from there. Yeah,
hopefully it does for you, mate. Yeah. So you playing quarterback now for uni?
I play backup QB for UTS. Our QB we've got there, Shuey, has been around the league for, I think, 15 years, played Australia, played everything. He's like the Tom Brady of Gridiron New South Wales. This dude is old, but he's just so wise and knows everything. I'm like, you know what, that's all you. So I just play tight end and stuff like that and, catch a few footballs and stuff and make some blocks and much more relaxed game of football.
The more fun positions, mate.
Yeah, it's not as stressful. It's good. I enjoy it. But other than that, mate, quarterback. Played quarterback for the Rebels. Played for the Marauders since I was 18 for quarterback. That's my position. I love it there, so wouldn't want to change it. What's
the Gridiron? What's the New South Wales competition like? Is it pretty healthy?
It's good. It's pretty healthy. We've had a few teams drop out just because of numbers. COVID really put the impact on that as well. But it's a very strong competition. There's a lot of players. You got quite a few imports in there. So you're versing European guys, American guys. You're playing with guys that have played in college, played overseas in Japan, in Europe. So the skill level's very high. You're learning from all your coaches, all your players. It's quite a strong competition. It's probably one of the better ones, I'd say, in the country in regards to the teams and the players and the competition itself. It's a good league to be a part of.
That's cool. I hadn't realised that there were that many imports. It makes sense because you're in Sydney.
They all want to go to Sydney, mate. It's beautiful.
I guess it makes more sense because it's the uni town and people come in there and that sort of stuff as well. I know that from playing round ball game around here. Whenever we played Newcastle uni teams or when we went further afield too, Sydney-wise, it was always a lot more of the European guys, and they were harder to play against. So, but it made you step up. It really made you take notice of the game and figure it out. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know about it.
Yeah, it makes you a better player too. It's always good.
Yeah, 100% it does. Did you play sports before Gridiron? I mean, you said you sort of just rocked up when you were 14 and just said, "Hey, can I get involved?" Were you playing anything up until that point?
Yeah, mate. But I've played basketball since I was like 6 years old and played all the way through till I was like 17, 18. So that was my sport really. Played state for that. Played with mates as well. But other than that, I've played a bit of everything. Cricket, rugby union, rugby league, soccer. Whatever I can get my hands on in the sport world, I pretty much did. So keep myself busy.
Yeah, well, it makes sense if you've been into basketball at that age that you could get pretty involved in Gridiron and sort of the American style game, because seem to thrive a bit better, those guys, especially the taller guys in this game seem to thrive more than they do in rugby or league, where you're on the ground a lot more and it's more about sort of ground and pound. It's only running backs that need to be short, stocky, and run through a brick wall
40 times a game.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why I don't miss rugby anymore. Don't miss getting hit all the time.
And the crazy D linemen. It's just...
those dudes are built different. There's some screw loose upstairs, and they just like thrive off that stuff.
Every D lineman I've ever seen, both like overseas and NFL, college, some guys I've seen locally, they're all nuts. Especially, they've all got just really something. They're so aggressive, but they're so happy about it at the same time.
I played with guys that will absolutely punish an O-lineman and laugh and smile while doing it, and then come off the field and they've like near killed a bloke, and they're like, "I'm having fun." I'm like, "You just killed the dude." And they go, "Yeah, he'll be fine." I'm like, "Righto, mate."
I've watched them do that and absolutely kill them, and then just reach out a hand and pull them up and just say, "Let's go again." Like, it's just
it's good.
They're just having so much fun about it, so that's pretty cool. Right, cool. Well, I see you guys. Hunter, you got a big state game coming up on the 22nd of June against the ACT Monarchs, one of the only state games that's happening in the country this year, unfortunately. It's been a bit of a downer. Tell us, how did that all come about with between Hunter and ACT?
ACT have been approaching us, I think, for the past 2-3 years now. They've always reached out going, "Hey, you guys keen, rah, rah, rah." And just with logistics and stuff, we've never really delved into it. But I made it my mission this year that we're doing it. Because one of my goals was I really want to give the boys in the Hunter an opportunity to play higher level football, 11-a-side football, and make it a bit special. So I reached out to ACT, they reached out too, we gauged conversation, like, let's make this work. And they were all for it. So it's exciting because if it all goes well, they want to keep doing it annually. So if we can keep this going every year, back and forth, we'll go to ACT next year, so forth and so forth. It'll be good. And it's a good stepping stone for the Hunter for a nationwide perspective, because we're the Bush League of Australia. So it'd be good if we can come
It's funny to say that when I think everybody knows that North Queensland exists. But it's just...
But we're like the North Queensland equivalent of New South Wales. We're just there. We've got a bit going on, and it's like, let them do their thing. But it would just give us the opportunity to prove to AFA, Gridiron New everyone, that we've got talent up here.
Yep.
Let's start getting invited to potentially like nationals comps for flag and tackle, and other states if they want to reach out, like, we're here. Let's give it a go. Because I know plenty of guys want to play state, but they don't want to drive down to Sydney, 2-3 times a week, which is like 2.5 hours to travel and train. So it's like, if we can have the opportunity up here, why not take it?
So you guys, you'd be keen to play with some of those other states like Queensland or Northern Queensland, for instance, SA?
Northern Queensland, sure. Queensland, we'll give it a bit because
they're pretty strong.
They're very strong. I'll give it to them.
Man, their competitions, I think, just the way their competitions are and the health of their competitions, that would have to be rivaling Victoria these days, the way that they're built, just the numbers, the sheer numbers.
got it right. I don't know what they're doing up there, what's different, but whatever they're doing is working in every aspect. Their flag football's so healthy and their tackle football it's mental.
Both competitions are massive, aren't they? There's just so many
And
teams.
Victoria's like got small amount of teams, but each team's got like 60 blokes. It's mental how healthy it is. And they've got juniors, colts, and men's. All this, I don't know what they're doing. I need to learn. I need to talk.
Well, I know SA's got 3 at the moment, and they're struggling for numbers. Nick tells us that they could be down to 2 next season, which is getting pretty dire again. It's a bit unfortunate, but and poor old WA are just stuck out there with one league, a couple of teams again, and don't get to be involved with anybody's toys. So
no, it sucks for them.
COVID really ruined them, unfortunately. That's the word we've heard from Nick and everybody else around the traps was they were all set. There was that national comp that was supposed to go ahead, and then COVID just kicked everything right in the arse, and it didn't go ahead. So poor old WA.
Yeah. It's sad not to see the national comps anymore, because when I was younger, I was like seeing them when you had like your Colts nationals, you had all states, one place, 5 days football, and then you had your men's nationals, 5 days of football. Like, it was the coolest thing, and it's sad that's not happening now. But I don't know, something needs to change there. But
hopefully we'll get back there. I think everybody wants to see it get back there. I think there'll be maybe a big resurgence after the flag football in the Olympics thing goes off, because it should go off. It should be pretty healthy. It should be fun. It's going to get a lot of eyeballs on the sport, so hopefully that sort of helps with the national comps again. So we'll see.
Yeah,
hopefully there.
100%.
Of course, so the reason I got you on today was not just to have a bit of a chat about Hunter, because I've been wanting to do that for a while and have a bit of chat about you, and because we're talking to a lot of guys. But that game on the 22nd of June, Aussie Gridiron Network, we're coming down for that. We're going to be doing some interviews, and fingers crossed on a live stream if that comes about, which hopefully it does. I'm guessing there'll be some info out about that shortly. That's only next week, but I'm guessing you'll have a bunch of great local players and some coaches we might be able to have a bit of a chat with on the day.
Yeah, definitely. There will be a few guys 100% keen if they would love to get their name out there and have a chat. And
a few guys that love to talk about it, talk about themselves.
There's a few that love to talk, mate. I can guarantee you that. And one being Harris. You go up to Harris, he'll talk your ear off. He'll love it. So, there'll be plenty of guys that'll be keen. Look, we'll know about the live stream details in the coming days. We just got to figure out a couple, cross the T's, dot the I's. But, mate, once we have that and have it all sorted and have you guys involved, it'll be a terrific day out.
Yeah, well, either way, I mean, we're going to be down there. We'll do some interviews on the day. I know Manjot, he is just social media heavy. He's our guru in that case. We basically call him the AGN insider these days, the way he just lives on his phone. So, yeah, I know he'll be doing some social stuff for you for sure. Like, he'll just be doing it straight away on Pastry Press NFL. You can just absolutely guarantee that's going to happen. So, cool. Well, we're going to be down there for that. I'm really excited about it. It'll be the first time I get to do anything like this. So it'll be really cool. Maddie and Manjot have done a fair bit before. They've been commentating for ACT football in that world when it was Gridiron and when it was American football now. They've been doing that commentating for a couple of years. With Bar TV last year, for instance, they did the whole season with Bar TV. That's going to be pretty cool. So if anyone wants to get in contact with Hunter Gridiron League, find out some more info, where they can get hold of you guys, about trainings, if they want to get involved, where can they do all that? Where can they find you, mate?
Yeah, Facebook or Instagram. Hunter Gridiron on Facebook or Instagram is best point of contact. Just shoot a message. The team will reach out. We'll point you in the direction if it's regards to flag football, juniors, tackle, you want to play for a team, you want to get involved, volunteering, officiating, just reach out. We're always available. We'll point you in the right direction for sure.
Cool. Excellent, mate. Well, thanks very much for joining me today, mate. It's been a great little chat. So.
No, all goods. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No worries, mate. And we'll see you next week pretty much then.
Yeah, in a week's time. I'll see you then.